In this lesson, we'll look at G and E minor chord progressions. We'll further strengthen the relationship between these two chords. When a song is in the key of G major, the E minor chord is seamlessly intertwined with this tonic of G. Now, we've learned that every major key has one relative minor associated with it. And in the case of G major, the E minor is the relative or natural minor to G. So this just means that, when we're playing G and we add notes, we kind of know that if we played in E minor, those same notes are going to sound good. In figure 1, we have both the G major scale in the first measure and the A minor scale in the second measure. Excuse me, I should say the E minor scale in the second measure. The first measure, the scale begins on G. And in the second measure, the scale begins on E. But still the same notes. Now, in figure 2, we'll see how the G and E minor work together. You can use the same notes a lot of times. In both those scales, we use those open strings a lot. And one of the rules is you should probably use open strings if they're available to you, because they will always sound better than a fretted note. Here's figure 2. And if you wanted to, you could add 5th fret harmonics, 7th fret harmonics, and 12th fret harmonics. Because again, all those strings are open, and that tends to work well with your harmonics. Alright, moving on to figure 3. We have a measure of G and a measure of E minor. Same feels, but different sound. So, as you know, it's probably a good idea to spend some time playing back between these two chords. Add your own fills. All we have to do is add those notes from the G pentatonic to those two chords, and we can create lots of neat little melodies and fills. In figure 4, you'll see our magical connector chord. As in the key of C, we used our connector chord. Well, we can do that in the key of G to connect us from G to E minor. We use what we call a D F sharp chord. It's a D/F sharp chord. And basically we got a D chord there. And I use my thumb, and you can use your first finger if you want to do it right. And we just play that F sharp. It's just like any other slash chord. A D with an F sharp root. And that sets up as a bridge chord between G and E minor. So if we look at figure 5, you can see it in action. Then we can go back up. kind of a neat little thing, and you'll see that a lot in music. Just that little connector chord between those two chords. So spend some time playing around with those two chords and adding that connector chord while using notes of the G pentatonic. And we'll see you in the next lesson.